So I'm Josh, I travelled with STA Travel, and this is the real Philippines. So I travelled with my friend Jack, who is the subject in the film. And basically the film is about his adventure through the Philippines, and you get to see the country through his eyes. We travelled really light, we just took backpacks each to put all the camera gear in and then clothes and etc. And then we had a Pelican case with the drone inside, which is a DJI Inspire. So our trip started off in Angeles, which is about 3 hours north of Manila, where we got 4x4s up to Mount Pinatubo. And along the way, it's just this ash-covered desert. It's a really bizarre place, but it's really amazing to see. And you drive past cattle and drive past the locals who just seem to live in the middle of nowhere. So we stopped halfway through the desert on the way to Pinatubo, and we got our first drone shots, and all the tour guides were amazed to see the drone. It was really funny. And we soon realised everywhere we went and got the drone out, just the locals would be amazed to see it. So it's always good to see everyone's reactions to that. So when we got off the 4x4s, it was about a 20-minute hike up to the lake. And it was just an incredible view to see when you get to the top. And it's so rewarding to see it. And if it almost felt like being in Europe or something. I've never seen a view like that before in Asia. So we got our second drone shot up there, and we were told to be very careful because apparently the tour guide had taken someone up there before with a drone, and the wind took it away halfway through the lake and they lost it. So we were pretty careful about that, and luckily we managed to get it back to land and got the footage, so that was all good. So after we were finished there, we headed to Banawe, which is where the rice terraces are. So we got a 8 hour bus ride up there, and then we hired a minivan for the rest of the journey, which was really cool and a really good experience because we could stop anywhere we wanted along the way to film. And actually we drove past this really interesting bridge by the river, and I wanted to stop there and do some filming, so that's the shot of Jack walking across the bridge and all the really friendly locals that were there, and I'm really glad we stopped there. We got some awesome shots. So the next day we woke up really early, and we climbed to the roof of our hotel because we wanted to get some really early morning drone shots with the sun just rising. And we got some really cool stuff, I think, and it's just perfect with the reflection on the water as the sun came up. After we'd filmed that, we got the jeepney bus, which is the local Philippines bus, up to Batard, which is where the main rice terraces were. We sat on the roof the whole way up, which was really cool, and you go up through these windy roads and just the view is just incredible. We had to walk along these really thin little ridges, which was really fun, but also quite scary because if you fall to the left, you just fall in mud and just destroy someone's rice terrace, and they're living. And then if you fall to the right, you fall about 10 feet. And then we headed down to this hidden little waterfall, which is at the bottom, which was really so refreshing to see. And it's almost like a little paradise, and really refreshing to jump in the water after that long hike. So after Batard, we actually went to a hot springs the next day, which I didn't film, but we got some really cool drone shots, I thought, of the bus driving over a bridge. And it was funny because when we filmed that, actually the whole town came down when they saw the drone flying, and there were actually about 30 kids there watching us fly, and I had to try and get everyone under a cover so you couldn't see them in the shot. So yeah, after Banawe, after we'd finished there, we headed down to Legazpi. And it's a really crazy city that's just overshadowed by this massive volcano, which is Mount Mayon. So Mount Mayon is the second most active volcano in the Philippines. And when we were there, it was actually almost ready to erupt. So we weren't allowed to climb it, but we still managed to see a lot. So yeah, the Philippines is just an incredible place. It's not like anywhere I've been before, and I'd really recommend it. I just didn't expect to see so much culture and so much beauty in one place. And just the people were so friendly and so welcoming. I'm really happy I went there. It was just such a good experience.